All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 5 of Smash or Pass, an intellectual conversation about America's first ladies. I am Fenris, your host as always. We are joined here at the dorm room studio with Mike, Effen, Mcgowan.
I love when you say it's intellectual. That cracks me up every time.
That's the title.
Yep.
And Otis Timlin.
And what would you call it if it's not intellectual? What would you say? It's just a bunch of dullards cracking wise? This is intellectual.
We're intellectual as fuck.
It is pretty deep.
We're not talking about the Kardashians here. These are respectable women.
All right, we are starting with Teddy
Oxymoron.
Roosevelt. Before we talk about his wife, let's talk about his first wife, Alice Roosevelt. They were married in 1880. So on February 12th, 1884, Teddy was on the floor of some government bullshit, and he received news that his first daughter was born. He rushed home and came home on February 14th to see his child. On that same day, his wife died of kidney disease. He had to watch it. And his mom died of typhoid, all in the same house, and he had a crazy day.
A little busy.
So Teddy was very, very heartbroken. And then he married Edith Roosevelt, who we're going to be judging today. They were actually childhood friends and next-door neighbors as kids. And Edith actually attended Teddy's first wedding. They were married in 1886. When, as the First Lady, she made the White House the center of the social scene in Washington. And one of the big things she did was they threw a huge wedding for Alice, her stepdaughter. They had 5 kids together who were all served in the Army. One daughter who served as a nurse in World War I, and 3 of the kids who died. The youngest that was killed in World War I. One had a heart attack in Normandy in World War II, and another committed suicide in France during World War II.
Hey.
So that's quite the thing. So enough about the goddamn kids, Otis. Let's look at Edith Roosevelt and let me know, smash or pass?
Well, in the young photo, she is cross-eyed. That's a fact.
Or lazy, at a minimum.
No. She works hard.
Okay.
On that dick.
Yeah. Well, we don't know that. But then she sat at a wedding when she was 19 and she said, "Man, when this whore dies, I'm going to fillet this man." And Teddy fucked like an animal. What's it? Wasp fucked like a beast. Animal. That was Teddy. He was the catalyst for that song being written. Blackie Lawless, which is actually what that's actually what Teddy Roosevelt used to call the urban youth of the time. Blackie Lawless felt Teddy Roosevelt's his spirit coursing through him when he made that song. Anyway, it's a no on both.
The drugs have kicked in perfectly.
There's no
for
drugs.
Otis
Relax.
right now. You're right at the right moment. That was amazing. I can't follow that act, but February 14th,
yes.
we got a mom dead. We got a wife dead, and
that was the first time he saw
a baby dead.
That's the first time he saw his daughter who lived.
Right,
the daughter Alice lived to be in her 90s.
And then 5 people, a bunch died in the war. Why is there not a movie?
And then with Edith, she had 5 kids.
5 kids.
All served in the military,
Yep.
and 3 of them died, including the daughter who was a World War I nurse.
Why is this not our next Saving Private Ryan? This is a movie. This is absolutely a movie. Smash, no on either. Disgusting.
It's a big no.
Horrible.
Big no. Teddy could have done better.
But a great movie.
I'm going to say, as a patriotic American, I would smash both. Her fucking pussy just pumped out soldiers.
Oh, don't buy into that propaganda.
I am not taking a knee for her pussy. I'd smash all day.
As a famous president once said, yeah, but they all died, so how good were they?
Yeah.
3 out of 5 died. Meatloaf said that's not too bad.
But at least none of them got the slump face.
No.
That was a John McCain reference, obviously, a guy who fucking suffered for our country. But
let us move right along to Helen Taft.
Ooh, chubby chaser.
All right.
Oh, hey now.
Her father...
He crushed her.
Her father was a lawyer and a judge who once had a firm with Rutherford B. Hayes. She married William in 1886. They had 3 kids who all lived full lives. She lived in the Philippines and Asia in the early 1900s when Taft was a diplomat moving around, so she was with him the whole time. She went to the Cincinnati College of Music and was later a music teacher. She is the first lady who's planted all those dumbass Japanese cherry trees in Washington that are still around today, and they have those stupid blossom festivals.
Yes.
She had a stroke after becoming the first lady, but still managed to function. And they one of the biggest events they had was their big 25-year anniversary in 1911 in the White House. So we're going to start with you, Mike Effen Mcgowan. Helen Taft, smash or pass?
Bonus for the cherry blossoms. I think they're lovely that time of year. Yep, and they've been living for, 100 years now?
My mom goes down to see that shit.
Yeah, she does. You mocked them, but they're lovely.
It was in, because they had the 100-year anniversary.
There you go. Oh, my goodness. Smash and smash. I mean, I'm in. That's all I got to say. Doesn't need description. It's a good-looking woman.
Yeah, I'd smash her cherry blossom.
It's a good-looking woman.
I'm going to say a no to both.
Wow.
She really, and not just because of the first name, she looks like Helen Mirren in the first one. And I like Helen Mirren, but this is too Helen Mirren for I raised my voice there.
What's the deal with her being like Helen Mirren?
Dude, she gets naked in movies, Helen Mirren.
Yeah, I know she does, but this woman doesn't. And the only time she is naked is when she's under a 400-pound fucking pig. I don't want to body shame, but he's long dead. And the story of the tub. They're bringing in a special tub for this cow. Like, what are you going to do? Clean yourself up.
Oh, man. I want to hear some viewers what they think. I'm disgraced by your answer.
Yeah, I'm going to say zero. I'm going to say no for both. Look at her in that. She looks like, I don't even know. She looks like she lived next to Chernobyl or something in that second photo.
I think I love her.
And also, let me say, imagine her dying in 43 when she's a former first lady. Like, you got to see Pearl Harbor, but you didn't get to see the atom bombs. It's like, man.
Oh, good call.
She probably died hating Japanese. Yeah. Like, she probably never ate sushi again for that year and a half.
That's next level.
Yeah, but she's an old whore. Fuck her.
While we're just with their pants, she's just keeping her head up. She's like, I hope nobody remembers those Japanese cherry trees I planted.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Good call.
Okay, we're moving
Wait,
right
what do you
along.
got, Fenners? You keep skipping yourself.
I already said I'd fucking smash.
Did you?
You said yes to both.
Well, you led off with the yes to both.
Oh, yeah. I said I'd pop her cherry blossom.
All right, that's right, you did.
Okay, let's move right along to Woodrow Wilson, who had 2 wives, so we're going to cover them both in an either-or scenario. Let us start with his first wife, Ellen Wilson. She married Woodrow in 1885. They had 3 daughters, all living full lives. She was a painter and actually set up a full studio in the White House. She died of a kidney disease in 1914. And one of the last things she said to her doctor before she died was, please tell Woodrow to be happy and I hope he remarries. Which he did to Edith Wilson in December 1915. Otis, you like this one. She was the original, as she was a descendant of Pocahontas.
Oh.
But for real. She had a first marriage from 1896 to 1908. She had 1 kid in that marriage that died as an infant. There was always rumors of affairs between Edith and Woodrow, even when Ellen was alive. Wilson, let's see.
Please remarry. I'm way ahead of you.
Okay, so when Woodrow Wilson had a stroke in 1919, it was kind of bedridden and stayed out of stuff. She was known as the secret president. She would, all the stuff, any documents they wanted to meet with him had to go through her, and she kind of was known as secretly running the country after the fact.
Yes, I remember hearing about this in high school, and I was disgusted.
Secret president.
I was absolutely disgusted. I thought. Wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, set it up.
Mike Effen Mcgowan. We'll start with you. This is not a smash or pass. This is who gets the smash, who gets the pass.
I'm smashing on the left.
Smashing the first
and
wife, Ellen.
Wilson Phillips, I would smash over Edith Wilson. That's a fat, ugly first lady on the right. I don't care that she was our first female president.
Edith
Wilson.
And you're about to go off on that, aren't you?
Well, I just
think it's definitely not
you
Hillary
sexist
Clinton.
son of a bitch.
No, not that.
No, it's okay.
It's that. We're going to have someone running the country even though they weren't fairly elected. What is this, 2020?
Exactly. Exactly what it is.
What are
Well
you,
played.
Gerald Ford?
Well played. Half the audience just tuned out.
No, I don't even really, I wouldn't care. I would take the, if it were more popular to say that Joe Biden won, I would, or if it was less popular, I would say that.
Let's get back on topic. Who you smashing, who you passing?
I'm fucking Ellen.
Okay, you're fucking. I agree. I would give Ellen the.
I just want to say I'm not a moron. I'm just an advocate for disaster and chaos. Go on.
All right, let's move along to our next first lady, Florence Harding. She had a first marriage from 1880 to 1886 with 1 child. She actually divorced her husband because he was a heavy drinker, which was very rare to get a divorce back then. She married Warren in 1891. So despite the fact that this was during Prohibition, she was known as the Duchess, and they had wild, drunken White House parties. She was the very first woman who was able to vote for her husband.
Yuck.
She was the first woman to ride in an airplane, the first woman to own a radio, and the first lady to invite movie stars into the White House. So when Warren died in a hotel in 1923, she refused the autopsy, and there's been all kinds of rumors and conspiracy theories that she poisoned him, and then she came back and burned a lot of his papers and covered up all kinds of scandals and stuff. So the Harding White House was very scandalating after the fact. So we'll start with you, Otis. Florence Harding, smash or pass?
Yes to Young. I'm going to smash the Young, and not because of her looks, because she has a very masculine chin. And
she looks like she could take a punch.
Tom Cruise could play her, like 1987. Tom Cruise could play her in a film. And they'd be the same height. Now, the old one is decrepit. The old one looks like a cupcake in the sun. It's pathetic.
Yeah, that's why she got everybody drunk, so she'd get fucked.
Yeah, well, I mean, you wouldn't...
Prohibition, she'd be damned. She needs dick, and that's the only way she's getting it.
But the young one, she's young enough, and, like, you know what I mean, that you could at least say it. If you were loaded, you could say, like, you know what? Hey, baby, I've done worse. But then this one...
I'll go the opposite. I'd smash the old one. The young one looks manly.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, the old one's
The old one in the White
pig.
House, I'd get fucked up with
I'm
her.
going to make you revisit
The
that.
old one's just an animal. She just looks like a rundown sheep.
Okay, Mike Effen,
Now,
Mcgowan.
on the left is Bride of Frankenstein hair. I kind of like it, so I'm smashing on the left. But on the right, I can't bang Mitch McConnell. Are you saying Fenris, are you banging Mitch McConnell?
I would bang Mitch McConnell.
You totally would, because
Mitch
that's who the
McConnell
fuck
wouldn't
that
beg
is.
you either because he wants
We're
to go
getting
to
political.
heaven.
That is Mitch fucking McConnell on the right, and I'm out.
All right, let's move along to our final first lady of this episode, Grace Coolidge. She married old Calvin in 1905. They had 2 kids. She was a graduate from the University of Vermont, and she went on to be a teacher of deaf students. She was super supportive of Calvin. Of his politics and campaign, and traveled with him and did all that shit. She was a super popular first lady who liked to do all the events and whatnot, and one of her bigger events she's known for is holding a giant reception for Charles Lindbergh after his Atlantic flight. So, Otis, let's start with you. Grace Coolidge, smash or pass?
I would go empty my checking account right now, which is not a fortune, to watch those 2 scissor. Young and old Coolidge.
Together.
Now, I'll tell you, that would be Grace. That would be Grace in action if I could watch these 2
It would be
fucking...
graceful. Yes.
I'd have to be in it. I need to be in this.
It's like
double
Seinfeld.
Grace.
You can't acquire Grace, but I could pay money to watch old and young Grace scissor.
I'd fuck them both in a threesome.
Is the one on the right the younger? I mean, the one on the right looks lovely.
There's a lot of difference in the.
I'm in on the right. I'm in on the right. The cheekbones on the left with the knitting.
She's like Jane Lynch, dude.
She's
Just
a little
do her.
fake. She's faking for the camera.
Just do her. Pretend she's putting on a tracksuit. Do her.
No. Right, yes. Left, no.
Fair.
I give Grace the double smash.
She's got great eyes.
I just want to run my fingers through that weird wavy
It is
hair.
weird.
She's got Green Goblin hair.
It's
Thick.
bad.
Very thick.
Bad. Thick, lustrous hair.
You know, I'm something of an oppressed woman myself. There's a reference to the film, Toby Maguire film.
Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 5 of Smash or Pass. Thank you for joining us.